Guys, what is going on? I'm gonna make an effort to post more consistently off the dome like this. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, because I literally post exactly what I do on a daily basis, I'm just going absolute berserk, starting multiple different businesses and just crushing it out there. So, if you want it more raw, because I just go super ham on Instagram and Facebook, just follow me there. I'll put some link down in the description. But I gotta share something because I'm seeing so many people who want to be rich and successful, but they have such a bad relationship with money. And so, if you don't want to be rich and successful, if you want to just work a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life, this video is not for you. And I'm not knocking those people. Like, we need those people. This video is just not for you. Sometimes I watch these videos like on TikTok about like my 600-pound life. Their story is always basically the same when you get to the bare essential. It's like, I am sad, suffering, not confident on the inside. As a result, the way I experience life externally, it's just as crappy. And I gotta be able to cope with this. And so I turn to food because food makes me feel good for that moment, for that second. It makes me feel good. I can cope with life. It's like drug, right? It's like any addiction out there, right? Some people do it with drugs, some people do it with food, some people do it with video games, some people do it with crazy things, right? It's just no different thing, right? They associate food with feel good because they're not confident in the inside, they're not experiencing life in the outside, and so they just gotta experience some happiness somewhere. So they turn to food, they become super unhealthy because of the unhealthy relationship, and they become 600 pounds, 1,000 pounds, whatever it is, and they just live a mediocre life, or some of them eventually die. On the flip side, if you think about like people who are fit, right, healthy, they are attractive, right? When you see somebody who's like very like fit, it's like, oh man, that person's attractive. Do you think they have the same relationship with food compared to the person that's 600 pounds? Why is it that the person that's 600 pounds is not happy in life and they have such a bad relationship with food compared to somebody who is attractive, who is fit? Why do they have a different relationship with food? Right? If you ask them, it's like when you ask like people who are very into that, it's like, no, food is fuel. Food is fuel. It's like how when I eat stuff, right? When I eat the right balanced stuff, like it carries me throughout the day. Yes, they will enjoy food for the feeling's sake and the happiness sake, but they're not going to go overboard. Right? Because internally they're fine, externally they're experiencing life fine. As a result of this compounding effect of positive mindset and positive action, they're able to enjoy life. It's like two ends of the spectrum, right? People who have bad relationship, people who have good relationship. When you think about money, it's literally the same. I'm not saying food is evil. I'm not saying money is evil. I'm not saying food is good or money is good. It's just a thing. The other day, somebody was like, "Oh well, the richer you get, the bad you are as a person." It's like, no, it's not. Money is just an amplification of who you are as a person. If you're a good dude, you're gonna do good things with money. If you're a bad dude, you're just gonna do bad things with money. It's literally the same. Just because you have more money doesn't mean it turns you into a bad person. The bad person was already in there. The money gives them the freedom to be that bad person. And the flip side, just because you don't have money doesn't mean that you're a saint. There's a plenty of homeless people that rob people and like the Skid Row and all that kind of stuff. Like there's plenty of people from both ends of the spectrum. So you gotta be able to like reset your mind on money. Because when you think about, like when I think about how was I 8 years ago, June 2015, had $200 to my name. 5 years later, got to 140K in the stock market. 3 years after that, built a $2.5 million company, made 250K, also 100K in the real estate. Like I made multiple six figures in multiple different industry, and people just struggle with one. How is that even possible? And I will tell you straight up, I never really did it for the money. I did it for myself, the adventure, the person that I became. This is like the biggest shift that people need to have. People who have a bad relationship with money idolize money. They make decisions based on money. They make they control their lives of themselves and their family based on the scarcity of money. Well, I cannot do this because I only have this. I cannot invest $5,000 into my education myself because I only have $10,000. That's 50%. Right? Sometimes like I talk to clients and prospects, they make like 100K per year. And to work with me, it's like five grand. And they're like, man, that's 5% of my income. And it's like, when you think about yourself in that sense, 100%, it's 5%. You're telling yourself subconsciously, I am only worth 100K. So to give a 5% of it, oh man, that's a lot of money. If 5K is a lot of money for you, you're never going to make more than 100K. Like, it's just not impossible because you're valuing money so much. You will always make decisions based on safety and security. It's just not going to be for you. Like, the thing that I have done over the last 3 years, investing $150,000 into myself of all these different programs, courses, mentors, stuff like that. Like, did some of them work out? No. But did a lot of them work out? Yes, right? I just found the good people along the way. I idolized my brain compared to money. Like, for a healthy relationship, right, to be attractive, you gotta value your brain more than valuing money. People who value money will never have money. They will just become unhealthy. They will live paycheck to paycheck, valuing money. That's just how it ends up happening. People who value themselves value that, you know what? For me to accomplish the goal that I want to accomplish, for me to live the life that I want to live, for me to be able to provide the life that I want for myself and my family, I gotta be the person that is capable of doing that. They understand that. What I understood in my journey that drastically changed the outcome of my life is because I became the best version of myself. People misunderstand this. People do not know. Like, people think people with bad relationships with money, they just think they just need to know the secret sauce, the secret investing strategy, the little algorithms, the little candlesticks, the houses to invest in. It's never that. There is no secret. Like, people, do you know how I was able to make multiple six figures in all these various different industries? Like, without even trying. Like, I was like, oh my God, I made 100K with real estate. I didn't even try. I made 100K in sales in my business. Shoot, I built a $2.5 million business. I didn't even try. It just like happened along the way. Do you know how that transpired? It's because I developed me. I developed my character. I developed a high level of discipline in everything that I do. High level of humility by continuing to invest into myself, learning from every single situation, continuing to develop my ambition, emotional intelligence, resilience, grit, creativity, everything like you can think of. You just have to consistently develop all these different character traits. And will it ever matter? Whatever I pursue. If I had high discipline, high emotional intelligence, high ambition, high humility, high resilience, and I decided to pursue real estate, can I succeed? If I decide to pursue stock market, can I succeed? If I decide to start a business, can I succeed? Yeah. But you know what the mistake is? People do it on the flip side. They have the lowest discipline, the lowest resilience, the lowest emotional intelligence, lowest grit, lowest everything. And they think they just need to know the secret tactic. They started to invest in the stock market. And the stock market goes crazy. They don't have the discipline. They don't have the emotional fortitude. They think about money and scarcity. And so they start selling. They start making bad decisions. And they lose money consistently, nonstop, every single time. It just happens over and over again. And then they just go broke. And they just think like, oh, maybe stock market's not for me. I just got to go with the real estate route. And they just hop from one industry to another industry to another industry to another industry. And they just cannot ever understand that it's never the thing. It's always the person, the who. So for those of you who want to be successful, who want to make a lot of money, I want you to understand it's never the thing. Like, you gotta change that relationship. Don't put money on a pedestal. Put your brain, put yourself, put your time, put the values, the goals for your family on a pedestal and ruthlessly go after this. It's going to be uncomfortable. You hear the saying all the time, right? Growth starts outside the comfort zone. People love the saying. They're like, oh man, this is a good saying. But people hate the actual feeling of it. How does it feel to go zero in your bank account? How does it feel to be negative 10 grand in your bank account and just stay there? How about that? Force you to actually do something and take action. Growth outside the comfort zone does not feel good. People mistake it. People love the saying. It's sickening. If you want to be successful, fix your relationship with money. Fix your relationship with yourself. Change your perspective, and it will change. If you don't, it won't. If you listen to this video all throughout, appreciate you. And if you felt a certain type of way, you're like, oh, I don't agree with you. It's because you have a limiting belief. Straight up. So let's get it.